Hello everyone, thank you for tuning into my channel. My name is John, and this is my first ever Call of Duty commentary video. So I just want to go over a couple things before we start so that we can get to know my channel. For gameplay wise, you can kind of expect nothing this good. This is probably my best Call of Duty game ever. I wouldn't say I'm really competitive in any stretch of the imagination. I mostly like to fool around, you know. In Black Ops, my favorite weapon in the combat record actually was the L96. So you know, I like to have fun with the game. You know, I don't want to run around with the ACR and get these kind of high kill games. I'd much rather you know, try out the model. I love the model. I use the model a lot actually. That's probably what you'll see in the majority of my gameplay commentaries is. You know, it's just more fun to you know, challenge yourself with a underrated gun, and you know, when you get good gameplays, it feels so much better because you're like, you know, I just got, you know, a 40 kill game with the model, and it definitely gives you some bragging rights. As for commentaries, I'll probably like to talk about just current events and things of that nature. This video I'll probably be talking about Black Ops 2 and what my thoughts are. You know, just to talk. You know, I'm not gonna be trying to give out any tips for Call of Duty. I'm not good at this game. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of other commentators you could go to get those kind of tips. My only tip would be have fun. You know, if it's a video game, it's not like a lifestyle. You know, no one here is gonna lose their living off of losing a Call of Duty game. And I wish, you know, more of the community would understand this, because more often than not, people just freak out when they do bad. But anyways, let's get started now. So Black Ops 2, from what we've seen so far, we've seen a lot of the competitive players playing the game. Now, the only problem with that is that it was in a LAN party, which is the local area connection for those that don't know, and that more often than not is not going to be how the game plays, simply because these guys are professionals, to say the least. And so they know what they're doing, and they don't have to sit in a corner to get kills. So, and then the other problem is that we really don't know how the game's gonna play. It's hard to make predictions beforehand. You see a lot of people trying to attack it and say, you know, this person's gonna be overpowered, this gun's gonna be ridiculously good. The only thing that you have to be careful of is that, I mean, after MW2, when we went into Black Ops, I don't think there was anybody that was predicting that Ghost was gonna be such a problem that it is. I mean, you know, in Cold Blooded and Modern Warfare 2 was just overpowered by, what was it, Stopping Power, I think was in the same tier. So I mean, anybody would use Stopping Power over Cold Blooded any day of the week. So you know, it's kind of tough. Yeah, I'm sure there will be some perk or some gun that everybody will, you know, find that's ridiculously good. And actually now it's attachments, since they changed that. I kind of like that. I feel like, you know, it'll help, because before you kind of had, like, in tier 2 you kind of have to use quick draw, because if you don't, then everybody else has that kind of edge on you, you know. And sleight of hand obviously as well. So it's kind of, I like that they're trying to make it a little bit more customizable. Also the problem with the 10-point system that they're adapting is that say that there is no perk in tier 2 or 3. I don't know if you can just not use perks in those two tiers, but either way, you know, if there's no relevant perks in those two tiers, now everybody can just spend all their points on, you know, attachments and stuff like that. And you know, you can kind of see the potential of this overpowered kind of setup that, you know, you have to run or else you're going to be put at a huge disadvantage. You know, Treyarch is taking huge steps. They're trying to be a little bit more original with this Black Ops 2 game, it seems, simply because the franchise is pretty much dying. I mean, everybody's kind of fed up with the game. You know, a lot of people have jumped onto Battlefield. You know, it's just like, you know, that we needed a breath of fresh air. You know, like Black Ops or Modern Warfare 4 was fun. Everybody played that for 2 years. Most people skipped over World at War. Then we went to MW2, and that's when the bullshit started, and we saw a lot of people were just straight out, you know, tryharding, and took away a lot of the enjoyment out of the game. You know, those noob tubers and one-man army and things like that. And then all of a sudden, we saw everybody complaining. I mean, let's be honest now. It's no later than December. Everybody's already complaining about some feature in this game, some gun, some perk, lag composition, something like that. So I mean, I kind of feel like Black Ops 2, if it doesn't please the community well enough, I know for a fact myself, I've said this each time. I said this after Black Ops. If MW3 sucks, I'm not gonna get Black Ops 2. But I'm gonna get Black Ops 2 anyways, just because of zombies. But I can tell you, rest assured, if Black Ops 2 does not impress as much as we want it to, I will not be getting whatever Call of Duty followed after that. If there even going to be one, because Infinity Ward, keep in mind, is pretty much gone. I mean, they don't really exist anymore. They have Sledgehammer Games, but I mean, I don't know how much of a factor Sledgehammer Games played in this game. I know they did campaign, I think, and the campaign kind of sucked, so it's like, nothing to look forward to for multiplayer now, is there? But, we'll see. Only time will tell. Like I said, I'm kind of nervous about this whole 10-point system. I feel like, people will stack up on those good things and, kind of just create this class that's overpowered, and, you have to run that same class or else you're going to be at a huge disadvantage. I mean, that was the good side of Ghost was that if you, if you checked your corners, it didn't really affect you that much. Like, they didn't have an edge on you like Quick Draw would, like, they didn't have steady aim attached to it too, it was like, you had, you could still match them even though you weren't using Ghost. The only problem was that they were sitting in corners most of the time, and then, people try to, you want to run around. You don't want to have to, check every single corner when you enter a building. I mean, this isn't real life, right? So we just, we want to be able to run around and not have to worry about people in corners. And so I mean, they did change that for Black Ops 2. They changed Ghost now so that you don't show up, or sorry, you do show up if you're sitting in a corner not moving. How that's going to work exactly is, iffy. I don't know if that means if you nudge your control a little bit back and forth, if that's going to actually take you off the radar. But I mean, that's definitely, I think that's a good sign for this game so far, is that Treyarch and, Vonderhaar, obviously probably the most notorious member of Treyarch, he's trying to take steps, and he's listening to the community. He knows that we hated Ghost. I mean, remember at the end they added the playlist that took away Ghost and Second Chance. So obviously, I think Treyarch's a lot more connected with the community, and so I mean they're trying. And will the game impress us all? I hope so. I mean, there's obviously gonna be, like I said, the 10-point system that could be a problem. Steady aim. I mean, all the pros were using it for some reason. I don't know why that was. I like that laser sight that they had. The laser sight attachment, if those you don't know, is the new kind of the version of steady aim. And that definitely looked interesting. I don't know. Just one thing about the gameplay. If you saw that Predator missile right there, for some reason it didn't kill it. I don't know how that didn't kill the guy. He was sitting there, and I don't know, whatever. But Modern Warfare 3 definitely. It was trying to think of a word to describe it. We call it lackluster, I guess. It just didn't. It didn't have that kind of a unique feeling like Black Ops did. Black Ops, we had wager matches, zombies, all this kind of new stuff, and dolphin diving, for example, too. They were innovative, and Modern Warfare 3 was just Modern Warfare 2 reskinned. So I mean, we can definitely trust Treyarch to give us something unique. And that's going to wrap up this video, so thank you guys for tuning in. I'm up to constructive criticism. If you guys have any, just leave a comment. I appreciate your view and your time, and have a great day as always, guys.